Dina's disgrace avenged. Dina, the daughter of Leah, whom she had given birth to Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the country. And Shechem the son of Hamor the Hivite, prince of that land, saw her, and took her, and lay with her, and dishonored her. But his soul was attached to Dina the daughter of Leah, and he fell in love with the young woman, and he spoke to her heart. And Shechem spoke to Hamor his father, saying, Take this young woman for me as a wife. But Jacob heard that Shechem had defiled Dina his daughter, and while his sons were with their cattle in the field, Jacob was silent until they came. And Hamor the father of Shechem went to Jacob to speak with him. And the sons of Jacob came from the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved and very angry, because he did evil in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter, which should not have been done. And Hamor spoke to them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem is attached to your daughter, I beg you to give her to him as a wife. And be related to us, give us your daughters, and take ours. And dwell with us, for the land will be before you, dwell and trade in it, and take possession of it. Shechem also said to Dina's father and her brothers, May I find favor in your eyes, and I will give what you tell me. Increase at my expense much dowry and gifts, and I will give whatever you tell me, and give me the young woman as a wife. But the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor their father with deceitful words, because he had defiled Dina their sister. And they said to them, We cannot do this thing, giving our sister to an uncircumcised man, for it is an abomination among us. But with this condition we will please you, if you are to be like us, let every male among you be circumcised. Then we will give you our daughters, and we will take yours, and we will dwell with you, and we will be one people. But if you will not listen to us to circumcise you, we will take our daughter and go away. And his words seemed good to Hamor, and to Shechem the son of Hamor. And the young man wasted no time in doing this, because Jacob's daughter had pleased him, and he was the most distinguished of all his father's house. Then Hamor and Shechem his son came to the gate of their city, and spoke to the men of their city, saying, These men are peaceful with us, and they will live in the country and trade in it, for behold, the land is wide enough for them, we will take their daughters as wives, and give them our daughters. But on this condition these men will consent to live with us, so that we may be one people, that every male among us be circumcised, just as they are circumcised. Their livestock, their property, and all their livestock will be ours, let us only agree with them, and they will dwell with us. And all who went out from the gate of the city obeyed Hamor and Shechem his son, and they circumcised every male, as many as went out from the gate of their city. But it came to pass on the third day, when they were in the greatest pain, that two of Jacob's sons, Simeon and Levi, Dina's brothers, each took his sword, and came against the city, which was unprepared, and killed everyone, male. And they killed Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and they took Dina from the house of Shechem, and departed. And the sons of Jacob came to the dead, and plundered the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their sheep and herds and their donkeys, and what was in the city and in the field. And all his goods, they took all their children and women captive, and stole everything in the house. Then Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, You have troubled me by making me abominable to the inhabitants of this land, the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and I having few men, they will gather against me and attack me, and I and my house will be destroyed. But they answered, Should he treat our sister as a harlot?